Well, in today's video, we have on Gavin McHugh. Gavin has amassed a TikTok following of 480,000 followers. He has amassed a huge following on X as well because he's killing the NRFI game right now. I think he hit four-leg parlays in a row. If you guys aren't following Gavin on TikTok, if you're not following his Friday Beers page, if you're not following Dr. Locks on TikTok, Gavin on TikTok, you are losing money. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being on today, Gavin.
Dude, that was a nice warm intro. A little bit too high of praise, honestly. But dude, I'm happy. I'm happy to kick it here. I'm ready.
Absolutely disagree because I know there's controversy in the sports world on who started the NRFI and who coined the NRFI, but you show up wearing the NRFI shirt and you absolutely deserve it because you are on the heater of a century as we are recording this. Can you at least admit that?
It's the summer of the simple six outs.
Six.
It comes in waves. You kind of just got to trust the process with the nerfs. Sometimes there's a little bit of fluke shit. Other times they come quick and easy, but it's why we play the game.
Well, listen, man, I had to ask you because we're going to roll a clip right now. I looked at the first TikTok, one of the first TikToks you ever posted. It's at 19 likes, a strong 19, 0 comments.
Come on.
And you are sitting in your shower, depressed, I'm assuming after a loss, and taking water right to the face and to the hat. And I'm like, this is the start of one of the greatest gambling TikTok pages I have ever seen. And how do you go from that in 2021 to working with Friday Beers, probably one of the funniest companies for all the Cody Co videos you guys have done? Will's on the team. You guys are absolutely crushing it. So how does a kid, I know you're from the East Coast. I don't even need to know. The way you chirp players in the dugout, I know you're from the East Coast. How does a kid from the East Coast get out of college and get into this industry?
Yeah, dude. It's definitely been quite an interesting path, interesting road. I was a junior at the University of Auburn when I took that shower video. Feel like it was yesterday. It was right after COVID. College was an absolute time and a half. We were, Auburn can't ask for anything more. Quite the college town. That's why I wanted to go down there, down south, big sports town. But it was junior year. Right after COVID, we started getting back into classes after going a long time online. Okay. And then once we started to dive back in to classes, I was like, dude, this is not it. This is brutal. I've always been a diehard sports fan. So I knew I always wanted to pursue something in sports. I also so happened to be a degenerate at the same time. We're, back in college, you're betting money that you can't afford to lose, the whole nine. And, just honestly, TikTok was really on an upward trend. And I was like, if I start a page around sports betting and like the sports industry that's going to continue to grow, if I stay consistent with it, eventually a community will come. And so my brother lives out here in California. He was like, dude, why don't you just hop on this bandwagon of TikTok, use it to your advantage instead of continuing to go through the motions. All my college buddies were getting their summer internships, all like the 9-to-5 big corporate companies. He's like, dude, why don't you just go full in, balls to the wall, sack on the table, and come move out to California and just do the content thing full time in the sports industry, sports betting, and just kind of learn as you go. And dude, literally,
so were you making money like to start, or were you just
no, So not at all. So I literally picked up the bags, packed the car, drove across the country from Auburn out to California, and literally just made TikToks for like 6 to 8 months straight before things really started to turn.
Dude,
all on sports betting.
Dude, and so you're an SEC guy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So you went to Auburn, and then you were studying. What were you studying there?
I was in the business school.
So you did the smartest thing you've ever done in your life, and instead of learn about business, you just went and kind of started your own.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Dude.
And how did you get connected with Friday Beers?
So I've now been doing like content for about 2.5 years now, being on the West Coast. It was just as simple as them reaching out via DM, being like, hey, we would love to have you as an in-house creator doing sports and sports betting content. And one thing led to another. got connected with a bunch of the guys here, and it just seemed like a perfect fit. You know, the brand and the culture of my following, along with the brand and culture that they've built here, kind of just flowed really nicely. And now I started last August here, and it's been awesome.
So you said that you basically dropped out. You were done. You're like and that's crazy because you went to an SEC school. So I know that's the biggest party in college.
Yeah,
anyone could see. So
it was
drop
like,
out of that.
It was just a decision that I kind of just made unconsciously because I saw the vision and the path of like the opportunity that was at hand, and knew that, you know, my whole thought process was like, okay, in a year and a half, what could I be able to build while continuing to party at college, continuing to go through the motions with the business school and all that? What can I build over the next year and a half going to chase an opportunity that I'll just be bullshitting around at college doing? So that I kind of saw it as a head start.
This is what you just told me. The facts on the table are, instead of having 45 college credits in astronomy, even though you're studying business, you bet on yourself and you did it. You did it because you're doing, you get to relive college in this industry, right? You get to go to these games, have big money on them. So I have to ask though, because I always, there's been times when we want to quit, and I'm speaking for you right now, but I know for a fact there's been dark times and you're just like, man, what am I doing? Like, I'm literally sitting in front of a camera, just losing money and getting 4 likes. And I've always you read Steve Jobs' book, you read people who are much smarter and probably way more successful than we'll ever be. But you read these like huge winners in life, and they always say, bet on yourself, give you the cliche things. But can you tell us about like one time that it was like pretty like, you know what, I might just go and get the JP Morgan internship with the boys this summer?
I never really ran into, there's definitely been some really bad beats, and I know that's what we're kind of going to key in on here. But honestly, some of the greatest pieces of content also came from some of the worst losses. So trying to your best to continue to stay, relate to everyone in gambling loses. So if you can relate content when you lose, that's relatable to the common gambler, is like just kind of trying your best to turn a loss into a win, I guess you could say, but definitely there's been some really tough, going all in on a team and they end up getting blown out, and you have hundreds of thousands of people, going on the line and seeing who you're taking. That's definitely tough. But, with the experience and continuing to do this for years down the line, and just the past 2.5 years of doing it, you just got to think, okay, if this loss in a year from now isn't going to matter too much, because we're just going to continue to go day in and day out. And the tough loss the night before, the next day you go 4 for 4, everyone already forgets about last night. You know what I mean? So you got to really,
the problem with this industry is people also forget their wins. You put $100 down for a 6-legger on a Saturday, and you have $3,000 in your account, and you kind of walk around like, yeah, I expected that. I deserved that win, And then guess when you're up, you're up, and when you're down, Gavin, I hate you. Your DMs, man. How are those looking right now?
They're very up and down, it fluctuates as you would expect. You know what I mean? As you would expect, but it's all for the love of the game. I love it. I mean, like the bad days where I'm getting shit on, that makes me look forward to the next day being able to bounce back and come back for when we win. So, it's just like all a part of the biz.
Dude, the pain that you felt from 16 losses, bad beats in a row, was nothing like that high you felt when you hit that 8-legger this Friday.
Exactly. No, yeah, it's why we play the game.
You got to tell me, Gavin, what is your worst bad beat of all time?
Okay. So I queued up with 2 of them because one was they're both emotional losses, which is kind of funny. These are bad beats where emotionally makes it even worse being a guy from Philadelphia. So maybe this is a lesson learned to not bet with your heart. But coming in, we'll start with the second one. It was this past football season. This is as bad beat as it gets. It's a Monday night game in Seattle. I feel so confident. It's my biggest straight bet of the NFL season. I forget which week it landed on. I think it was week 13 or 14. Eagles going into Seattle to play the Seahawks, put $1,000 on their spread, or maybe it was the money line. I put $1,000 on the Eagles money line going into Seattle. Leading up to this game, they just gotten beat down at home versus the Niners. Embarrassment. Following week, they also got beat down, embarrassment against the Cowboys in Jerry's World. So now I'm licking my chops being like, this is the bounce back of the century. We're going into Seattle. We're prime time. All eyes are on Philadelphia to be able to, get back up off the ground and be able to bounce back. Right before the game, Geno Smith gets ruled out. We're playing Drew Lock. Drew Lock. This should be a walk in the park. The bet should already be literally a cash out option that had already hit. The Eagles jump out 10-0 lead, feeling good. Birds jump out 10-0.
You're already spending the money.
Dude, already on Amazon looking for bullshit. So then, the game's like second quarter, third quarter gets a little sweaty. Seattle shows a little bit of momentum, a little bit of sparks. But this is where it comes. I don't know if you remember this game. The bad beat takes place with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks are down 4 points. Field goal is out of question. They're on their own 8-yard line. You get one stop from the Philadelphia Eagles, ball game's over. I'm like, there's just no way in the world. Right before this drive, I literally tweet out, I'll get neutered if Drew Lock goes 92 yards with 1 minute and 20 seconds left against the Philadelphia Eagles. And he went 92 yards in 1 minute and 20 seconds, scored with 28 seconds left. James Bradbury got absolutely cooked the entire drive. 4 of the biggest catches. There was a massive first down to DK Metcalf, and then he got beat on the long ball down the sideline to Jackson Smith and Jigba. So Drew Lock to Jackson Smith and Jigba ruins the Eagles money line. It was my biggest straight bet this past season. Absolutely demoralizing to lose to Drew Lock in that situation. Coming off a Niners loss, coming off a Cowboys loss, 2 embarrassments of a football game, and then we drop one to Seattle off a 92-yard fucking drive from Drew Lock, dude.
I'm rallying you up again. Dude. I'm sorry, dude. You're seeing all these scenes in your head, and was it a tingle loss? Was it a tingle loss where your fingers are tingling?
Because, dude, like the hype that I went into this primetime game with, and the lead up and the build up, that I was so confident in the Eagles, and I'm putting $1,000 on them, and I have all these people across social, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm literally have my full ass cheeks out riding the Philadelphia Eagles. And Drew Lock literally took me to the barn out back.
Dude, nobody understands, too, the pressure of posting your plays because all these people, I knew it was going to happen. I knew you're an idiot. You didn't post it.
It's the Monday morning quarterback.
Please, your second worst beat. Please, I need to hear it.
Yeah, this is going to be a typical one. We're going back to the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl 57.
Dude, you got to stop betting on the Eagles. You got to stop betting on the Eagles.
Super Bowl 57. I get the opportunity to go to the game. So big push that we're rolling to the game. We're taking the Philadelphia Eagles. We're fading Patrick Mahomes. And dude, my worst nightmare, I still see him in my nightmares, James Bradbury. The way that game ends, you have Patrick Mahomes walking into the locker room at halftime on one leg. You're on top of the world. We're up 10. I am literally at the halftime show of Rihanna on top of the world just for Patrick Mahomes to come out and literally look like the greatest quarterback of all time. The way that game goes, there's so many things that went into that game that changed the outcome, from the false start that the Eagles had, that they were going to tush push, that then ended up on that Jalen Hurts fumble that got returned by the Chiefs for a defensive touchdown. If you're giving Patrick Mahomes free 7 points in a Super Bowl, you got some big problems on your hands. But yeah, it's short, it's sweet, probably a very common bad beat. But yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles ending that game on a holding penalty on Juju Smith-Schuster, Mr. James Bradbury. So that's 2 James Bradbury bad beats.
No, the worst. I remember that game. That's a bad beat.
Two beats, 1 Bradbury.
Here's the thing about that beat is that was not a hold. I remember that game. And here's the thing. I think, Gavin,
it's one of those things where like it is, but like you let the boys play. But it's really tough to call that in that situation. It's one of, the great Super Bowls in the last, 10 years. Game ends 38-35 or whatever the hell it ended. It was an unreal game. But yeah, absolutely demoralizing. But my emotions, honestly, that game, I was in so much shock. The fact that, I'm sitting in my seat and the way that game played out, that it's more than the money. You forget about the bet. You're like, fuck the bet. I can't believe the Philadelphia Eagles just lost that game.
I mean, you got to stop betting on your hometown boys. Correct. That has
but
I'm
never going to. But I'm never going to.
Thing you bring into 2024 and the upcoming NFL season. And if there's another
thing
that we
happen.
both need to agree on, we cannot. Because deep down, I never root for an injury. I hope the boys are always safe out there. Come on. But man, when you see, and I don't, it's not a torn ACL. He's fine. His career's not over. But when they're a little tweaked up, you're like, you're already calling the boys like, dude, it's over. We got to stop doing that. We've lost twice on those. No more this season, Gavin. We got to be better.
You just got to pick the spots. Because, I'm not going to go off and bet on the Birds against the Chiefs again, even though I did that one Monday night game in Arrowhead and that was electric because we won during the regular season. But I don't know, dude. I'm never not going to bet on the Eagles in a big spot because I'm never going to fade them. I'm never going to bet against them. Yeah, it's just, as football fans, we all do it. And
you're never going to watch them without money on the line.
Yeah,
I love that.
I literally can't help it.
It's fair. Well, yeah,
luckily they're pretty good this year. They're going to be pretty good. They're going to bounce back.
You're in the NFC East, bro. You guys have to go 7 and 10 and you'll make it. You're fine. You're fine, right? When Dak's the king of yours, you're good. Looking at your TikTok videos, some of the funniest content I've scrolled across the internet, and I think people would agree, is when you go to MLB stadiums and you go to the bullpen and you openly and loudly chirp the pitcher. What is going on? Not only in your head, in the stands. Like, I have to know because those are the funniest videos. We're definitely going to show a clip of Gavin chirping an MLB pitcher, but please tell us what's going through your head.
I haven't showcased it, or I guess I haven't done it yet this MLB season. I'm not sure if there's going to be a time where I do it. It was a time, the first one ever was in a time of need in hopes for the Phillies to win. So that's when it got started. We're riding so my whole thought process, I'll take you back to the first one ever. It's game 3 of the World Series. The Houston Astros are in Philadelphia playing the Phillies, and we're riding the Phillies money line heavy. Phillies money line. We have every prop in the book for the Philadelphia Phillies. We're also riding the Phillies -1.5. It's a massive, massive implication. The series is tied 1-1. If we win this game, we go up 2-1. We have another game tomorrow in Philly. And I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, let's go chirp the bullpen pitcher before the game. And if it helps, if it works, if the game turns out to, go in our favor, it'll be like some of the funniest shit ever. It exceeded all expectations. So I went into the bullpen in Philadelphia. They have it framed out that the opposing bullpen is literally almost on the concourse with the fans. And like, that's the most Philadelphia thing ever. And so Lance McCullers is pitching for the Astros in game 3. I'm literally right behind him. Absolute, I was really just prepared for the chirping, for the moment. I get back there, chirp the hell out of him, get a good 4 or 5 chirps. I'm like flicking over from my video to my notes app, back to the video, absolutely hounding him. I'm like, it's like an out-of-body experience.
Chirping McCullers before Game 3.
I heard you get terrible swamp ass before every start. McCullers, Hoskins got with your girlfriend in high school twice. See it. That is getting smoked by. How much sticky stuff's in that hair? I know there's something in that lettuce. Don't even get me started on you. Valdez, what's in your glove? What the hell's in your glove? Show me the off speed. My grandma could have rocked that shit. McCullers, you need to figure it out. I haven't seen a strike yet. Philly's money line. Philly's money line is free tonight.
Because like I'm like just saying the most crazy shit around so many people that like I'm like not even thinking about where I am. Like it's Game 3. I'm like, fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? I'm just gonna do it and it's gonna happen. And you know, Lance McCullers Jr. goes out and lets up the most home runs in World Series history.
Dude,
it
was electric and well deserved. I hop on Twitter and I'm looking everywhere and I'm like, dude, they suck. What is going on? This is the worst pitching job I've ever seen. Your video's first. It's like featured on the biggest sports pages. And I mean, let's just go back to what you said earlier, where you're like, yeah, man, I wrote down my material. That was gold. That was dude, that was personal. That was personal and up close. And you get behind him, you're like, I hope he heard me, man. I mean, we're showing the clip, but like, I think everyone in the stadium heard you at some point.
You want to hear one of the most insane things that you'll ever hear? Just like one of those moments where you're like, dude, everything just must happen for a reason. One of the chirps I literally said, I could have said any player on the Phillies. But when I was back there, one of the lines I said, I was like, yo, Lance, like Rhys Hoskins got with your girlfriend in high school.
McCullers, Hoskins got with your girlfriend in high school.
And like, I literally just like made that one up out of the blue. Dude, Lance McCullers and Rhys Hoskins went to the same high school. How fucking insane
you're pulling
is that?
yearbooks. No way. There's no way. You're pulling yearbooks.
No, dude. I come to find out just by going through comments, someone in the comments, it got a bunch of likes, was like, dude, this guy must have done his research because Rhys Hoskins and Lance McCullers went to the same high school. And I was like, dude, there is absolutely no way. I swear to God, I had no intel or didn't look any of that up. I was like, that is one of the most crazy things that just randomly happened that I've ever done.
Hey, if you ever need anyone to go and chirp a pitcher on the other team, Gavin doesn't care. Dude. He'll go to high schools. You obviously heard that this man does not care about anything.
Dude, it's like Cameo. It's like, if you want to bring me out to chirp an opposing pitcher, I'll do it.
Gavin, I think we just made $1 million idea. I'm not. Hey, if you need a player chirped into honestly not coming out in the second half, coming out after the 5th inning, it's Gavin. I love it.
I did it with Dylan Brooks after when he went against the Lakers, the game after he called out LeBron for like being old and everyone saying that he was poking the bear. And like, I chirped the hell out of Dylan Brooks. And then that game, it was a massive game, a lot of media covering it. He like went like 2 for like 15 from the field and got absolutely shat on.
Chirping Dylan Brooks pregame.
Shanghai Shark Brooks. There he is. There he is. Get the stroke down. Attaboy, Dylan. Dill, what time's the flight to Cancun? I don't think this guy has made one yet. The people want to know what happened to the form. Make them now, miss them later. Attaboy. Shanghai Brooks for 3. Attaboy.
And like, obviously the Dylan Brooks chirp video got like, I don't even know, like 10 million views or some shit. So
Well deserved too, man. I mean, you're on like you're definitely getting in these players' heads with those stats. That's bad. That's bad.
It was
dude.
actually funny. Like it was during shoot around. So I got there super early, and I'm like one of like 20 people in the crypto center in LA. Like he kind of respected it, like, which was kind of a good sport on his end, because obviously he was getting thrown through the ringer in the media, but he was actually he gave some smiles during the warm up. But yeah, it's all fun and games. Like I don't mean anything to be personal, but it's all for the bit.
I don't mean anything to be personal.
Funny.
Bringing up high school, bringing up some prom beef. I love it. Don't mean to be personal though. That's not my style, dude. That's not my style.
For all we know, Hoskins actually got with McCullers' girlfriend.
Coming up into the 2024 NFL season or 2024 football season in general. Friday Beers, and you guys are very well known for giving the best lingo out that is up and coming down the high school kids into college, maybe even making it up yourself. Is there any words or anything you want to fill in to girlfriends that don't really understand what the boys are talking about when it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday and all the boys look at each other like, are we going to the island, gentlemen? Are we going to the island? And the girls are thinking, are we going to Turks and Caicos? Is he finally listening to me? Are we going to Hawaii? You are going to Hawaii, but not in the way you mean. Gavin, do you know what that means?
So, like going on the island, that's betting on Hawaii.
And if you go to Hawaii, how much money you down from the day?
A decent amount. If you're cooking up on the Hawaii game, it's either one, you're having an incredible day and you're looking for money to burn, or two, you're trying to get out of a hole quick.
Do you have a lingo that you would like to share the upcoming NFL season?
Yes. This is the lead off 100%. When the boys, you're kicking back, you're on the couch, you're watching the game. Glue guy. It is the man who sings for the unsung. We're talking fullbacks. We're talking kickers. We're talking a long snapper who recovers a punt fumble. Glue guy.
Wow.
So when you're kicking back and you're like, that guy's glue, and your girlfriend, she has no idea what the hell you're talking about, the glue is what brings the team together. The glue is the centerpiece. They're locker room guys, But
dude,
yeah, glue.
I would love to have a glue guy come on this show, to be honest, because like you said, they're the unsung heroes. Glue guys for 2024.
All 2024, dude, trust me, all 2024, this upcoming fall, college football, NFL, a lot of glue to be done. We're talking Elmers.
I love that. I personally went a little bit different direction. It's just about my friends on the couch because they're all a bunch of bums when it comes to college football. Yep. But let me just pitch you this, Gavin. It's Saturday midday. All the morning games, they sold bad. You're looking around, you're a few beers deep. Everyone's looking for the next parlay. You have that one kid that you have to invite over. That one friend you have to invite over, but they're never making it to the island. They're leaving early because they got to go do something else. They get a little bored, got to go hang out with the girlfriend, and they go and they swear by a team. They pitch you a team, and they're like, you have to throw it in the parlay. You have to throw it in the parlay. But then little do you know, in the first quarter, they're like, oh, shoot, I forgot to place the bet. And then on top of that, that same person has $10 units. They have the smallest unit size across all the friend group on the couch. We're calling those people coinless commies this football season. That's what we're calling those gentlemen. Like, Brad, dude, he's a coinless commie. We're not tailing him.
I'm not going to lie. Like, that was not what I was expecting.
No, my bad. I tossed out my best one, too.
I thought these would just be terms that are already put to use, but dude, yeah, I could have gotten more. The glue guy one works, but
oh yeah, no, that's why I thought I was like, oh, I got to bust out that, but I'm telling you, we are getting a TikTok of us doing this again, and we're making up new terms for 2024. I want coinless commie used on ESPN by the end of the season, or at least part of my take. That's fair.
That's a great.
That's
that
fair.
is. Yeah. I am fully aboard the coinless commie.
Would you like to play a game presented by Pikkit Sports, which is one of the coolest gambling apps to track your bets and track your friends' bets? Because let's be real, if you've watched this episode far, you completely agree that you have a coinless commie as a friend. So to stop that this year, you can hop on Pikkit Sports app. You can make a look at all their lineups, and you can see who is one of your best friends that's actually placing the bets and the best at gambling itself. But download it right now in the App Store, Pikkit Sports. Are you ready to play, Gavin? I'm about to explain the game. Forgot to explain the game. All right.
That was a great rundown. I am in.
All right, Gavin. This segment is called How Many Beers to Take These Bets. I'm going to pitch you a bet, and you're going to tell me how many beers deep you would have to be to actually place money on these bets. Are you ready?
Never been more prepared.
Here we go. I mean, these are going to get a little interesting, so think about how many beers deep you would have to be to take these bets. First one, the Patriots to win the Super Bowl.
Like 15.
For you, that's a steady buzz. I can see it happening.
I'm Drake May, friend of the program, but it would take 15 beers.
15 beers. We got Florida State Seminoles to win the national championship.
Ooh. If we were talking college baseball, not too shabby right now, but
College football.
FSU, maybe like 8 to 10 range, 8 to 10.
A hefty buzz?
Actually, I'm not too dialed in with FSU. I know Jordan Travis is gone and Keon Coleman's gone. So actually, I may have to change my answer because I don't know what the future holds for FSU. So maybe around the 15 ballpark once again. And this is a full day of beers. We started in the morning. You know, there was a day party. We were at a Darty during the day. And then there was a pregame around 4 or 5 o'clock. And now we're at the bar somehow. And we've rallied. And now we're placing an FSU future at around 14 to 15 beers.
I love it. 14 to 15 for Gavin to take FSU this year. All right, this is where we get tricky, all right? Josh Rosen to start an NFL game this year.
Ooh. Gosh, these are deep cuts. So that's obviously if Kyler Murray has to skip a game for some Call of Duty.
I think that's the only way. I think he's even still in the league at this point, but how many beers?
I don't even know. I might have to I'm passing out before taking that bet.
Oh, dude, you're 50 tall boys deep. You might have to switch to the liquor on that one.
Yeah, I need a glass of water before I'm placing a Josh Rosen to start an NFL game this season. So there's no answer. There's no answer.
We're leaving that
we
blank.
Broke the game.
We're leaving it blank for health reasons. Blank for health reasons.
I just beat the game. The game's over. There is no amount of beers for me to take a Josh Rosen.
Drake to warm up with the Kentucky basketball team if they made the Final Four this year.
These are like those crazy Super Bowl prop bets where it's like for Travis Kelce to make love at midfield after they win Super Bowl and he has the MVP trophy between him and Taylor's cheeks.
I know you took it.
Yeah, it was plus 69,000. Dude, fuck this is for him to be courtside. Obviously, that's probably a lock. For him to maybe get some shots up for the warm-ups, I think it's possible. Layup lines for consistent. You know, we're in the Final Four. You know, this is kind of a big stage. We're not really fucking around here. You know, we're not going against Prairie View. This is the Final Four. For Drake to, come out for a couple layups, I feel like is a long shot. But maybe a couple shots before the national anthem, after the national anthem, somewhere around that ballpark. But if I'm taking this, it's a squad ride. It's a hilarious prop bet, which I'm always on board for. Give me like 7 to 8 beers. Why not, dude?
Wow.
This is like one of those, it's like one of those things. It's like, oh, what do you got for the game tonight? Big Final Four. Kentucky's playing UConn. You're like, yeah, I got Drake to be in the layup lines for the Wildcats. And they're like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know if you remember. He did it. Travis Kelce to propose to Taylor Swift before the NFL season ends. How many beers?
Well, this was up for debate after if the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl on the Super Bowl 58, this was, I'm pretty sure, a prop bet available on some crazy books for Travis Kelce to propose
Really?
post game. Yeah, I saw a couple lingering around. But I feel like that's a short window because I doubt that in season he's proposing unless it's like a bye week.
Or they're down 4 games and they need some ratings to stay in.
But for him to propose how many beers by the end of this season, if I'm only a year out, probably only like 6.
Oh, wow.
I'm 6 beers deep, dude. Because why not? If you're going to give me odds on a long shot bet that, gets the boys going, that's out of the box, any prop bet that is out of the ordinary, I'm taking it. Because if by chance it hits, you're like, dude, you live to tell the story. And then we'll parlay Travis Kelce to propose in the summer of 2025 and the divorce to be the summer of 2027. Ooh, that's the 2-legger.
That is a nasty 2-legger.
Generational prop future.
Last one for how many beers to take this bet. Shedeur Sanders, Heisman winner.
He had his moments this past year, dude. After like 2 games, they were like, Shedeur Sanders ready for the Heisman. Dude, Shedeur Sanders, you want some value. You want a little bit of, you want to get frisky. You want to roll with the media. All cameras are going to continue. All the cameras are going to continue to give that Colorado team, that Deion Sanders coach team, some buzz all season long. Because it's the sort of thing where if he's playing good, it's buzzed up, it's juiced up than another kid who could be playing out of his mind. You know what? You know what I mean? Dude, give me 4 beers, very slight buzz. Wow. Slight buzz. You and the boys are talking. You're about to go out. You're at the pregame, 4 beers. Shedeur Sanders comes into talks. You want to get on a little bit of a bandwagon because in the back of your mind, if Colorado gets the wheels turning a little bit and Shedeur Sanders is putting up big numbers, that's going to be boosted not only by the media, but by his father. And Shedeur Sanders at the end of the season, all of a sudden, after putting up big numbers, he's going for it. Going for it, and it's a value play.
I'm going to go 10 beers on that one for Shedeur, just because I feel like if he won the Heisman, he wouldn't have a beer with his friends or have a beer with me. But if Quinn Ewers wins the Heisman, he'll have a beer with me. He'll tip one back with me. So I'm gonna go 3 with Quinn and 10 with Shedeur. That's my final answer.
You don't even need a beer for Quinn Ewers. You're just taking that.
That's just called a smart bet. That's called a money play right there.
Yeah. That's just something that you want to take.
Last thing I got for you here, Gavin, today. I am taking Texas at plus 750 to win the college football national championship. And I've already bet it so much at my little casino in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that it's already plus 745. It opened at plus 750, betting $100 on them every single day until the national championship. We got 2 big games, Michigan. We got Georgia coming in. They get past those. We're on our way. Please give us a future that you believe in, like I believe in Texas, Gavin. That much faith.
Can we go to the NFL?
Please, a winning bet, anything. Give me the Tour de France if you have a winner.
Okay. Here we go. What we're going to do is the future that we're going to roll with is a division winner future for the NFL. Super Bowl 59 is taking place in New Orleans. Louisiana and New Orleans are literally Joe Burrowville, LSUville. I just think Joe Burrow could become the first man in the history of football to win a national championship and a Super Bowl in the same stadium. I think that could be a possible narrative. That's just one future, but that wasn't going to be my future coming onto the show, but I just kind of wanted to throw out that narrative now that, there's a mic in front of me.
Hey, I love it. Do you have the future you'd like to say?
This is a future for the 2024 NFL season division winners. AFC East, Miami Dolphins.
Okay. You like Tua's new haircut? You like the vibe he's got rocking? You like the boys down in Miami?
3-headed monster with Odell, Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Achane in the backfield, Mostert in the backfield. Their defense is loaded. Mike McDaniel, dog. I trust him. AFC East winner, the Miami Dolphins. Plus 210 is the first leg.
I mean, my second leg. It's Texas Longhorns to win the national championship.
Oh my God.
It's not crazy. And you got Carson Beck down in Georgia at plus 350. I don't think it's all about injury at that point. If Quinn Ewers stays healthy, Texas is going. Then you got Ohio State. Aaron Nolan is starting. I'm not buying the hype. I'm not buying it. It's not Air Jordan. It's Aaron Nolan. That doesn't even roll off the tongue correctly. Quinn Ewers is the guy this year. They just purchased their whole team. Did you see, Gavin? You get a free Lambo if you just play for Texas. They might have people from the NFL coming back down at this point. Texas is winning the national championship. That's all I need to say. You got the third leg, Gavin.
Well, before it was just NFL division winners, but, fuck it. We'll throw it in. The Green Bay Packers to win the NFC North. Jordan Love, I think he's easy going to be top 5, if not top 3 quarterbacks in the league.
I really, really like this parlay so far. If we just kind of add in the Bengals to win the AFC North in that one. I was going to say the whole AFC division because you said Super Bowl, but I kind of like Cincinnati to win the AFC North. We got NFC North going to Green Bay, and we got Miami Dolphins winning the AFC East, Texas Longhorns winning the national championship.
I know this is going to come a little out of left field with this AFC North, but something tells me the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That sounds like a pure donation. That sounds like a donation to the Gamblers Casino of America right there. That's going into the bank. Are you sure about this one? The Pittsburgh Steelers.
I mean, Mike Tomlin made the playoffs last year with Mason Rudolph under center in an absolute disaster of a quarterback locker room. And he hasn't had a quarterback, and yet they still go above 500 every goddamn year. Back against the wall, if I had to choose a division winner between the Packers with the NFC North or the Steelers with the AFC North, obviously I'm going to roll with the Packers because I feel more confident. They obviously were knocking at the doorstep last year of making the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And, the higher value is the Steelers. But I'm just saying, dude, the Steelers to win the AFC North plus 750. If you want a straight bet, it's a possible value play. 2 seconds ago, we were talking about the Bengals possibly having a chance, Joe Burrow revenge season to go to the Super Bowl. Now we're talking about the Steelers to possibly win the AFC North, but that's just kind of the division and the world that division lives in. Last leg that I hadn't gotten to, the Eagles for the NFC East.
Oh my, dude, you can't be doing this to yourself.
It's a lock. So it has gone around 20 years in the NFC East. A team has not won the division back-to-back years. In 2022, it was the Philadelphia Eagles. Last year, 2023, it was the Dallas Cowboys. And now back to 2024, it will be the Philadelphia Eagles. Unless you have confidence in the Dallas Cowboys, which I don't think anyone should. And with the defensive talent that the Eagles have and the offensive fucking power that they're bringing in, they got a new O coordinator, new D coordinator. They skinnied out the fat of the bullshit that took place in the second half of the year last year. I love those 3 division winners: Dolphins, Packers, Eagles.
I'm not taking the Cowboys in any future or any bet until Jerry Jones just finally steps up and coaches the team, stops having a puppet up there. So that's I'm in. I'll take Philly. I will take Philly. Gavin, do us one favor. Tell us your 3 legs one more time. Tell them my leg that we're going to throw in. Can you list it off one more time? Give us the odds and close us out, Mr. Gavin.
We have a 4-leg long shot future parlay plus 17,595. Trying to feed families over here. We have 3 NFL division winners and 1 national champion. To win the NFC North, we got the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love we trust. Top 5 quarterback, top 3. They knocked on the doorstep last year, the Super Bowl. We're riding with the pack. Then we go to the AFC East. We're riding the Miami Dolphins. Any day of the week, I'll back Mike McDaniel. Give us Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Odell Beckham, 3-headed monster, Achane and Mostert coming out of the backfield. Give us the Miami Dolphins to win the AFC East. And then last but not least, the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East. There's not been a back-to-back division winner. Wait, what was it? There hasn't been a back-to-back division winner in the NFC East. I think the ballpark's in around 20 years. So give us the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East. And then the college football national champion is the fourth and final leg. Preston,
The Texas Longhorns will be winning the 2025 College Football National Championship.
so plus 17,595. Packers to win the division, Eagles to win the division, Dolphins to win the division, and to bring home the national championship. Preston, if the Texas Longhorns are in the national championship, we will go to the game together.
That is the parlay you want to take for the future to feed your family. Go check it out on Pikkit Sports just to show that me and Gavin are taking it. Gavin, thank you so much for coming on. We definitely will have you on again. It's been an absolute pleasure. And can you close us out with just some confidence, maybe a song? I don't know what you got, but close us out here.
I'll see you at the national championship, Preston. We're bringing home the parlay. If that's what you want, the parlay is coming home because why not us? You miss 100% of the bets. You miss 100% of the bets that you don't place. There you go.
Why not us? Go follow Gavin right now on Instagram, TikTok. You are losing out money if you don't. It's at Gavin McHugh. I'm telling you, he is on fire with the Nerfies. Gavin, thank you so much for having us. I will be tailing your bets more this season, and we will be talking soon.